a lot of them are bored and they're starting to do side hustles. So now's the time. If you ever thought about doing it, now's the time to get into it.
That's wonderful. I want to apologize to our Facebook family. I forgot to click on one of the buttons. This is probably my first time to really host something like this. So thanks for everybody for understanding. But basically, we were just talking about some of the most popular brother models. And Shannon was talking about our 4x4 entry level combination, which is fantastic. The SC600, it has a color screen. You have actually editing capabilities. But if I unzip my jacket and kind of show you, even though it's a silk screen, it's a 4x4 logo. So you can do business logos on shirts. You can make patches. So if you don't have a capability to do hats with the PR 1055X, you also can sew the patches onto your hats. So that's a neat little way to develop a hat business if you're doing just small hat orders. But anyway, we've kind of been going over that. And Shannon was telling us about this cool spring catalog with specials for the machines coming out. And that comes out, when does that come out again, Shannon?
It comes out March 6th, which I believe is a week from tomorrow. And it goes through April 5th.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
All right. I'm going to go see. Now, let's see if we've asked this question. And I think, oh, hi, Jackie Brascom. Jackie is one of our Embroidery 101 teachers. And she says, hi. She's watching. That's so cool. Let's see if we got anybody here. And we just got her. And then Facebook. Do we have any questions? Not yet, but we do have a big hello. So I'm going to go to our next question. Because a lot of people think that they have to buy that big 6 or 10 needle to be able to start their business. But so my question to you, Shannon, is do you have to wait to buy the most expensive multi-needle machine to start your home and sewing and business?
No, as you said before, Robin, you even with a 4x4 hoop, you can actually do quite a bit of embroidering with that, and you can start doing small logos for businesses, patches that you can sew onto shirts or to hats. So quite a few people start with the smaller capability, and then as their business starts to grow, they can go to their local dealer and upgrade to a more expensive machine. Generally, when you upgrade, you're talking about a bigger hoop size. Sometimes you're looking at something that's got what we call a free arm. We have a model called the PRS 100 that's a single needle machine, but it has a free arm capability, which means that it makes it very easy to do hats, sleeves, bags, that sort of thing. And that machine currently is being sold for $5,000. But when you think about the capability of that machine, you have so much that you can do for customers. So it really just depends on your business and how fast you want to get to, a different level. But Brother does offer price points for every customer. And like I said, once you get into it and you realize how much fun it is and how much money you can make, you can absolutely go to your local dealer and upgrade to the next level once you're ready.
Thank you. That's such a great answer. And another thing, if you're watching this, the embroidery business is not the only home business you could start. We have, what is the model number for Brother's single stitch heavy duty sewing machine? That's the, what has the 9-inch neck.
Oh, the single stitch with the 9-inch neck?
Yes. But it's heavy duty. It's great for upholstery, light leather. So if you're making bags or purses, this is a great machine for you.
Is it an industrial machine?
It's a semi-industrial machine. It used to be the 1500, but I think it's the 1800 now. Yeah,
okay.
If you're looking for a
right now, that's the one that's called the PQ 1500. Yeah.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah, I was like, you got me. You stumped me.
And you can even buy an attachment to make a felting machine if you need to.
You can, and quite a few quilters will buy that machine because they like the fact that it's just a stitch-only machine. It doesn't do zigzag, doesn't do anything fancy, but it has a wonderful straight stitch, and it goes so fast that a lot of people will use that and do their free motion quilting with it. It's a really, really flexible machine for that.
Yes. And I guess that's why the Luminaire is probably one of my favorite. It is a top of the line product, but it is a really great goal if you're doing a home sewing business, if you're making children's clothes. I have a good customer, and she makes high-end vintage little girls' dresses, and so she customizes them with the embroidery. But I mean,
So nice.
it's just so cool. You're only limited to what like you said, your creativity and your imagination can come up with, and you can start with any budget. And I guess sergers are a big thing that can really help you in a home
Absolutely.
sewing business. Yeah. So Brother has all kinds of products, no matter what you want to do when you start your business. So if you start out on Etsy and you're just selling little, you're making little burnt pads and different things, and you can add the embroidery machine, or you can add a scan and cut so that you can embellish those products. And so that's what we're going to be talking about. I guess that leads us to our next question. Let me check and see if anybody has any questions for Shannon. Let's see. Oh, let me go to comments. Oh, we've got some comments. Oh, Anita King says hello. And
hello.
And we also have morning. And Debbie Horn says good morning.
Good morning.
And you would love Debbie Horn. She makes some of the most beautiful stuff. She made these gorgeous fairy pillows for the holidays. And so I had or book pillows, the pillows you put on your bed that you can read a book. And so I had her make me some. They were so good. We were very busy. You know me, Shannon, I'm a very busy person. And so if I see something talented, I will recognize a home business. But anyway, let me see. The next thing we're going to talk about, Shannon, let me pull this up here, is, this is where I'm going to really need your expertise. What are products that Brother has that will enhance an already established sewing business? And we kind of tipped on that a little while ago.
One thing that I would say would be very helpful is if you start doing your own business and you're doing a lot of embroidery, software is something that you can use on the lowest price point machine all the way to the very top. It allows you to create your own designs. It allows you to take an existing design and edit it, make it smaller, larger, take out components of it, add components to it. So if you're doing stuff for other people, especially, software would be an incredible addition to your.
Yep, I've got a logo I've got to whip out from my daughter this afternoon for her company that she just started working for. So
yeah, and also, I mean, depending on what machine you have, there's lots of different varieties of hoops that you can get that help you in your embroidery and business, and also for sewing as well. We all know the best outcome is always with the best equipment. So if you are going to be working for other people, or you're going to be making stuff for them, you want it to be perfect. Make sure you go to your dealer and find out, am I using the right foot? Am I using the right bobbin? What kind of thread should I be using? It's very important to have the right tools. And the Stitching Post has everything that we carry for Brother that you could possibly want. So, and they're very knowledgeable. So
I know, I can't wait to show you the big store.
Yeah, so talk to your experts. Yeah,
I know, as we speak, there's probably 20 or 30 women taking a creatives grids class in the other room. Nice. Hey, nice. Shannon, since you're mentioning your creative grids, you want to show the blocks you've been working on?
Oh, my blocks? Oh.
Yeah, or the grid, either one.
I'm doing a quilt called Taos Quilts. And these are just some of the blocks that I'm working on right now.
Cool. It's so fun to see.
I'll let you know what it looks like when it's all finished.
But right. Even hardworking Brother people are using this COVID time to do creative things. There you are.
I'm using creative grids to do that.
And the Stitching Post has a great selection of creative grids. So if you missed the class that's going on this morning, if they miss out, we've got another one coming up in 6 weeks. So you need to be at sewbargain.com and sign up for our emails, or you can join and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Or, of course, you can join our Facebook pages at Stitching Post or The Stitching Post, which has both of our locations. So there's all kinds of ways to get information. And that's the cool thing about us, Shannon. When we sell a machine, we teach you how to use that machine. To me, that's the most important thing, I think.
Yes, it's important. Whether you're doing it virtually or in person, depending on what's going on.
So everybody watching out there, if you got a second, type in something that you bought if you're sewing or embroidering that you bought to enhance, even if you don't have a business, something extra from Brother that you bought just to make your embroidery or sewing experience better. Let's see if we got some comments out there. Oh, we got two. Hello. Oh, hang on. We got a question here. It says, what's a good server for a beginner? A server.
Is she talking about software?
Probably. Yeah. I would think for a beginner, P plus 2 would be
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, and here's a comment from Anita King. Hi, Anita. Anita's helping us out this morning. The PR1000E. Yes, that is an excellent machine to add. And the reason, whether you're a home, whether you're in business or you're a sewing enthusiast, that machine's great because you literally can do anything you want to do. You're not trying to whoop stuff out in a hurry, so you don't have to have the multi-needle. But you can change your threads, but you can do caps, you can do you can do shirts for the family reunion, and it's so much faster and easier. So that's a great one. Oh, let's see, Jackie. Let's see, Jackie's going to comment. She says software. That is great. And I know, and I'm going to talk on this one a little bit because there's cheaper softwares that you can buy online, but you get no help. And every time you want to do something on them, you got to pay for an upgrade. So by the time you had bought the $99 software and you just nickel and dime yourself on their little pro additions, you might as well have stepped up and bought you P Design, which is, I love P Design 11. That is the best software. You can do anything. You can do photographs. It's just absolutely, you can make your own quilting designs. I mean, it's just a fabulous thing. I really love it.
And the thing with software, Jackie, too, is there is a learning curve for that. So it's something that it helps very much if you can have instruction with it and not, have someone show you kind of the shortcuts and the ins and the outs, because it can be a real time waster if you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And
Anita Kings mentions the serger. How would you feel? Why are sergers important? Or cover stitch machines too.
Cover stitch,
very important to home sewing business, especially if you're doing, if you're just making a product, and of course, if you're making your own little, shouldn't say sweatshop, but some people even have two sergers when they have they have one with all black and all white and one with gray. That way, no matter what print they're working with, they can just whip that together at a much faster pace, especially if the pieces are pre-cut.
And it's great if you're working with anything with a stretch to it. So knits, lycra, anything like that. So people that are doing, gymnastics costumes or whatever, swimwear, sergers and cover stitch machines are just crucial to get that professional look. They really are. So those are wonderful.
All right. So I guess we're going to go to our next comment here. It's, what are some of the tips for starting a home-based business?
Well, I think that we've kind of already touched on quite a few. I would say, obviously stay within your budget for starting a business, and reach out to friends, family, colleagues, let them know what you're doing, because word of mouth is a great way to start a business. Obviously, a lot of people are using Etsy and Pinterest to sell products and showcase products. So online now you can have an incredible presence and start even with your own website. And it doesn't have to be very expensive to get that done. But, use your resources is what I would say. Reach out to people that you know and people that you trust, and let them know what you're doing. And it's a great way to start, word of mouth. So
yeah.
Go for it.
I think, can I add some? Because when we started the store, I actually ran an embroidery business out of the old stitching post up there at 16th and MacArthur. We actually did that when we had our big training center across the street. It helped pay for the extra labor and the extra building. And one of the things and I've been helping people do this for a long time, and one of the things I would recommend is, if you're working with a friend or a relative or a business partner, get everything in writing. If the business doesn't work out or dissolves, what happens to the equipment? If there's a conflict, who gets to buy out who? That's so important to have that in the beginning. Have it established, so hurt feelings. I've even had customers that had their own personal embroidery machine stolen because she didn't list it in the sale that was not included. And so this business bought her business and literally stole her combination machine from her. So you want to be careful about that. And here's the thing, you talked about, we've been talking about cost. And what the cool thing is if you can finance even one of the big machines like the PR166 or the 6-needle, I got to tell you, the first time I ever went to sell an embroidery machine is I went with Todd back in the industrial industry. And he was so cool. We took our customers and we went and visited that lady's shop. And he looked at these people and told them, listen, if you can't afford a $249 payment, you don't need to be doing this. And my mouth hit the ground. I was like, how can this man say that?
Right, right.
But in logic, that's not very hard to, like you were said, contacting families and relatives and advertising and all that kind of stuff. That's not a very hard amount of embroidery to do in the month time. And it's very possible to do that, even with little small jobs. That adds up. So what's so cool about these machines is they can pay for themselves. And anything after that is just pure profit. And you can take the kids to the mall.
Exactly.
So, and then that takes a lot of stress out of you. Now, let's say you have all the money up front, you've been saving and you get ready to retire and you're going to buy this machine and this is going to be your supplement income during retirement. What you do is you take like about 2 years and divide by 2 or 3, whatever's affordable. And that gives you kind of a base price or how much money you need to make every month. So that equipment pays for itself in the first 5 years. So
Right.
that's another way you can look at it. But mostly, you really have to love embroidery if you go into the embroidery business. It's a lot of repetition, but it's also so much fun. I cannot tell you, I made a jacket for a guy who was one of the masseuses during the Olympics, and he was wearing my jacket that I made. Just all kinds of fun stuff. I personally digitized this girl's little signature on T-back satin underwear from Dillard's.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Oh, yeah. So we decided to do it. This guy kept, it was a hard job to do. And I digitized her signature and I was embarrassed. I didn't want these, and we only had the 5x7s back then. And I didn't want somebody's red satin fancy T-back underwear flopping around in the store because we did it during the day. So what we did is we picked Wednesday because it wasn't a heavy flow traffic. Well, what we've forgotten to realize is everybody had gotten out of school. So all the kids and the grandmothers and people would come by and visit the store just to see what we were working on. So that was one of my most memorable business moments. But it's an absolute blast being in sewing business. It sounds intimidating, but it's really a lot of fun. And I'm sorry, I'm supposed to be interviewing. I'm taking over as usual. But anyway, what I really want to show off next, Shannon, is the side hustle page. I got into researching that and I thought, what a great brother at your side page that you can go if you're trying to develop a business. So I'm going to come in here and we're going to do this. Here we go. And let's see. Hang on. If I can get it to come up. Here we go.
Oh, there it is.
Okay. Can everybody see it? But this is it. Yeah. Can you see it? I hope you can see it. Anyway, yeah, there's stuff in the corner. I can see it's a side hustle page. I don't know if I can move that up or down.
Can you share the link with the customers?
Yeah, I can do that. We can do that very easily. But I'm gonna scroll. So I don't know if you can see this. I focused here. These are some people's testimonials that you can read about how they use brother equipment in their business, and you also can be featured on there as well. And it also shows the different products that you can buy that Shannon and I have been talking about, and you can sign up for tips and everything straight from brother. They also feature things that are made on a brother. So this is where you can get inspiration to come up with a new product to sell in your store or in your craft booth. And I'm going to click on the getting tips, some tips here. And this they have a tips and tips library about where to sell, how to get your business off the ground. I think this is just fantastic.
Yes, it is. It's wonderful.
Yeah. So that's here. I'm going to go back to, hi, there we are. So that is our side hustle webpage. Shannon, is there anything you'd like to add that's on the webpage or?
All I'd like to say is at Brother, we kind of specialize in embroidery. We've done a lot of R&D, and for the domestic embroiderer, I don't think you could find a better machine. I also want to say that the Stitching Post has been a dealer for Brother for many, many decades, and they know products inside and out, and they're very knowledgeable and enthusiastic and creative. So if you have a dealer that you want to buy from that knows their stuff and can train you well on these products, the Stitching Post is the place to go. So please give
Thank you, Shannon.
Robert or Charity a call, and they'll hook you up with the right machine.
Oh, we're so excited. Well, Shannon, thank you for taking some time out of your busy Saturday morning, because I know you've got family and everybody coming. I bet you're so excited because you probably haven't got to see everybody in a while. And so
yeah, my
have
daughter,
a great day.
The doorbell rings, so my daughter's actually here.
Okay, well, I better let you go.
Yeah, so it's great to have family over. So everybody take care, be safe, and hopefully we'll get to see each other face to face here soon. All right,
soon. Thank you. All right, bye-bye.
Thanks, Robin. Bye-bye, thanks.
Hi, everybody. Listen, I want to thank you so much for giving us time out of your morning. But I was going to tell you, we are open till 3 o'clock today, and part of our anniversary sale, all the products, so the Scan and Cut products, the Brother feet, all the Brother accessories, the Brother machines are 25 off MSRP, and we're here till 3 p.m. today. Anyway, this is Robin Hill saying, hey, what's going down at the post, Robin? Thank you for your time, and we really enjoyed having you this morning.